McDaniels.
Yeah, this is going to be his first appearance here at this World Series, and he was 1-0 during the regular season. At the regional, pitched 3 innings in the regional, but he's going to Pearl River Junior College, which is one of the top junior colleges in the country.
Portland, Oregon versus Tupelo, Mississippi. Tupelo, Mississippi back here at the American Legion World Series for the first time in 5 years. 3rd overall appearance for them. Here is the defense behind McDaniels. His battery mate is his. How cool is that? Mississippi has had 3 different catchers in 3 games so far, but the brothers are battery mates. Coleman, Thompson, Bennett in the outfield, Enos, Moody, Goff, and Fleury on the infield for Tupelo, Mississippi, led by head coach Russell Bunch.
Yeah, and I think something to look at their first night. They made some errors their first night here. It was a lot of, bad conditions and everything, and they've cleaned it up, the next 2 games and playing well.
They made 5 errors in a blowout victory in the first game of this tournament. They beat New Jersey 10-4 in a game that really wasn't that close. They were very close to a run rule victory.
Yeah.
And according to Russell Bunch, even though they're 3-0, even though they've looked as good as anyone at this World Series, they have not yet put it all together.
No, they haven't. But it was after midnight, that game, when it got finished.
Steamy hot day here in Shelby, North Carolina. What else is new in the middle of August? Temperatures over 90 degrees. Feels like as high as 108 today as Jaden Tregesser gets ready to step in and start off the semifinals. Winner will play in the championship game tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern, versus the winner of our second semi coming up later tonight. That's Michigan and Nebraska. McDaniels deals, and off we go here in Shelby. There's strike 1. Matt Ceramelli calls the balls and strikes. Tony Strada, the first base umpire. Mike Wagner at second. Jay DeSantis, the veteran, is at third base. They're waiting for a moment to honor J.J. Guinazzo, the longtime official scorer of the American Legion World Series, who today is official scoring his 800th World Series game.
Yeah, and he's just up here to the left of us, up here in the booth on the other side of the door.
So recognition for JJ right after the first pitch. I don't want to make JJ sound old, but there's only 15 games a year at the World Series, so he's had to do a lot.
Yes, he has.
He would have done it more than 50 years to get to 800.
It's a lot of baseball.
2-1 the count on Jaden Tregesser. He's just 1 for 7 at this Legion World Series. But remember that note about the walks moments ago? He has 5 of them.
Yeah.
Line drive, right center field. That's down for a hit. Almost all the way to the wall, and Tregesser is into second base with a leadoff double.
Well, we talked about that. That's a good way for Oregon to start this game off. And everybody will forget about that 1 for 7 field when you can do that.
He is fast, too.
And, and this was something we didn't talk about in the opening, and I'll let you introduce our hitter here.
Well, Andrew Ha is batting.
But this is where Ryan Hemsley was at in the lineup. He's been there all year, and he got hurt earlier in the week on a slide, into third, and he's going to University of Portland. But he's one of the main parts of this team that they're missing at shortstop.
Hemsley out for the remainder of this tournament. He was carted off with his shoulder in a sling after he appeared to jam his shoulder on a slide into third base. So Ha was batting in the 6 hole, and now he's moved up to the 2 hole. And he's having a nice Legion World Series. Here's the 0-1. Popped up, shallow left center field. It's the center fielder Thompson who makes the play. 3 for 8 now in this World Series, Andrew Ha. But it all starts for Portland, Oregon with these 2 big bats in the middle. Ryden Nakamura and Gabe Coltman. Portland, Oregon was here last year. They are the only 2 returners from that team. They have 16 new players out of the 18 on the roster, and they are the 2 best power hitters on the team.
And you said in the open they hit 12 home runs here last year as a team, which was a World Series record, if I'm not mistaken.
It is a World Series record for the 7-inning era, since we started playing only 7-inning games as of 2018 at the Legion World Series. And that's what makes this year's Portland team going homerless so far a little bit jarring. Granted, ball not flying out of the yard as a whole as much this year. Ground ball left side, tough play in the hole for Moody. He has it. Nice throw. Nakamura retired. Tregesser gets the third. And now Gabe Coltman. Fouled off.
Well, you mentioned he's 1 for 9 in this series, 111. But last year he hit over 500, hit 3 home runs. And
if you remember, Woody, in this 4 p.m. semifinal game last year, he hit a home run the opposite way in late innings to tie the game at 2 and give Portland a chance before they just ran out of pitching across the final 2 innings. And a strike. It's 1-2 on Gabe Coltman.
And during the regular season, Philly hit 11 home runs during the regular season.
527 batting average, 72 RBIs, 16 doubles. All of those were single season program records. Checks his swing. Did he go? No. On the appeal.
Well, you got to believe that McDaniels is going to go right back to that breaking ball down the end or a fastball.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Coltman is down in the top of the first. The extra base hit by Tregesser is stranded at third. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. Mississippi coming back when we come back. Here's the batting order for Tupelo, and we have to highlight in the number 5 spot Colin Fleury, who's been as good as anyone at this World Series, and he leads with 3 home runs.
He does, but I tell you what, you look at Eli McDaniels, he may be one of the big secrets here. 15 years old and in the 2-hole with all these college guys and swinging the bat well.
Brody Thompson will lead it off versus Ryan Fry on the mound for Portland, Oregon, making his 2nd appearance of this World Series.
Yeah, he threw 1 inning earlier in the series and didn't give up any hits or runs, and he's got a good little 3-quarter delivery and throws across his body, and can be hard to see the pitch.
And he deals a strike to Thompson. He pitched in the final game of pool play yesterday. They pulled him early since they didn't need to win that game, just 9 pitches. 1-2 record for Portland, Oregon, but 3 teams finished 1-2 in their division. That's the Stars division of the 2 4-team pods here of pool play. And they got through on a tiebreaker by having the fewest runs allowed. So that's how Portland, Oregon, despite their head coach not necessarily pleased with how they've played here, flush it, move on. It's win or go home now.
You never know. You don't play them on paper. You never know if you can get to the semis, pull a win out, you're in the finals, and have a chance to win it.
1-2 the count on Brody Thompson, who's batting .333 at this World Series. Sharp grounder to first. Ben Folio has it. And there's 1 gone. Here's the defense for Oregon. If you've watched all week and you're wondering where Nolan Folio is today, he's at shortstop. He's played all over the diamond. He's the brother of Ben Folio. Tregesser at second, Gradwall at third, Berta, Nakamura in the outfield, and Miles Van Doren does the catching today for Portland, Oregon. On the ground right side, and a base hit for Eli McDaniels.
Well, just what we were talking about when we were talking about the lineups, and he was 4 for 10 before that. Now he's 5 for 11 here at this World Series.
I'd say he has a shot at the all-tournament team.
He does that at 15 years old. Going to be a sophomore in high school.
Braden Lackey will come on as the courtesy runner for Eli McDaniels. New rule this year in the American Legion. You can now use a courtesy runner to run for the pitcher or catcher at any time.
You just can't run in the same inning for a pitcher and the catcher both, but you could run in a different inning for either the pitcher or the catcher.
And it has to be a player off the bench, not someone currently in the game.
Yeah, and then the crazy thing is the courtesy runner does not get the stats. The guy that he just replaced gets the stats.
There's one aspect of it that I really like. It does add a sense of strategy for these coaches to have to manage. For example, you do not have to use a courtesy runner if your pitcher or catcher is really fleet of foot.
But in this heat, it helps.
Braden Edmiston swing and a miss. So Edmiston was injured in the second game of pool play. Looked like he tore his knee after finishing a swing and trying to run to the bag. But he missed yesterday. Tupelo had already clinched the #1 seed in their division. Their game yesterday was not relevant for their qualification to the semis as he swings and misses. He was questionable for today, but they're going to give it a go for Edmiston, except he's going to DH, not play the field.
There's that three-quarter delivery field. Man, that ball is hard to pick up.
And there's two gone. So in the case of Edmiston, I guess an injury that looked a lot worse than it actually ended up being. And he is 100% a full go as far as we've been told offensively today. Strike one dealt to Jonas Coleman. Way out in front of a breaking ball. It's 0-2. Coleman 2 for 9 at this World Series with an RBI and a walk.
But if you go back and look at that regional, he hit .667 in the regional with 6 RBIs.
Swing and a miss, strike three. Coleman down on 3 pitches. And back-to-back Ks to end the first for Ryan Fry. We are scoreless through 1 inning here in semifinal #1 of the American Legion World Series. On
89 teams this year, and I was a former American Legion player, loved it. Post 52, Hartselle, Alabama.
Line drive center field. First pitch base hit for Cal Gradwall. And you saw 90 Major League Baseball Hall of Famers have played American Legion ball.
It's a lot of them.
Most recently inducted into the Hall of Fame, Jeff Kent this year, an American Legion alum.
Justin Verlander's retiring at the end of the year, and he was an American Legion. I'm sure he'll be in there very quickly.
Ben Folio takes a pitch low. Folio looking for his first hit of this World Series. He's 0 for 7. Ground ball. Nice play at first. They get the out. And the throw to second. Not in time. Fleury did well to get Folio. Lead runner advances.
That was a good play. He was right on top of the bag when he caught it. It actually made a very good throw, and it was really bang, bang there at second. He was right on the bag and pretty close.
And now his brother Nolan Folio. So Nolan playing shortstop today. Portland really down to its 3rd shortstop with Folio playing there. Hemsley, we mentioned, injured 2 games ago, but original starter Wyatt Minto was injured in the 2nd game of the year. He's been out for the season pretty much, and he's one of the top-ranked players in the entire Pacific Northwest. Line drive, right field. Under it is Bennett, who makes the play. Gradwall thought about tagging. Good throw comes in, and there's 2 outs. And Cooper Berta, the batter now. Versus Wyatt McDaniels.
I think Cooper, he's 1 for 1, hadn't had many at bats, but we did see him pitching. He pitched one of the second game in this series and actually got the win for Oregon pitching.
Fouled off. On the Mississippi side, Woody, Wyatt McDaniels is actually really their go-to catcher, but they haven't caught him all week to keep him fresh because they knew they were going to need him to pitch. And if there's a team that has deep pitching, well, this is probably the team of all 8 that came to Shelby, North Carolina.
Well, they pitched 7 different guys last night in that game.
0-2 to Berta. Up high.
Against California, that they, you know, it's a lot closer. It wasn't as close as the score indicates. It was 6-2, but they pitched a different guy in every inning.
Johnny Holstaff was by design. Yeah. 1, to make sure that based on the pitch count limits, as many people as possible would be available for today, knowing that it was, as far as semifinal advancement, a meaningless game last night versus California.
Yeah, they were already set where they were going to be at, and they just needed to eat up some innings.
Russell Bunch said this today, though, which I thought was very interesting. He wanted all those guys to come in and pitch. It was much an emotional thing. He wanted them to experience pitching on the Legion World Series mound so that when they had their opportunity in a semifinal game on national TV, wasn't their first. Foul tip is held. That's strike 3. And through 2 innings, Wyatt McDaniels has Portland, Oregon scoreless. To the bottom of the 2nd we go. You get the offense going, especially versus Wyatt McDaniels, who looks sharp 2 innings in.
We're going to hunt fastballs and stay in our box and not chase anything up, and just be aggressive. Be aggressive early. We don't want them to climb the ladder, so just be aggressive early to try to get our pitch. See fastballs. We're going to take hacks.
I got you, Coach. This is Woody. Hey, what do you see about Fry out there? He's looking good, man, early.
Fry, he keeps guys off balance. What we teach our hitters to stay on balance, he keeps guys off balance. So he's the guy to throw against a team that's real physical like this. This is what we had planned out.
Well, thanks, man.
Looks good so far.
That sounds great, buddy. Good luck, okay?
Thanks, Joe.
Thanks, fellas.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, Shelby.
They're going to hunt fastballs.
Got to.
He told us going into this World Series he had a very streaky team this year compared to last year's team that could just bop 1 through 9.
They could bop. They look like a football. They look like a football team when they got here last year.
And last year he told us before this game, you know, we've made it to the semifinals of the World Series, but I actually like where our program is heading because most of the guys on the roster have eligibility to come back. The irony of all of it, a lot of them didn't come back. And I think throughout the year, if you ask Joe, he'll tell you, I never thought we were going to make it back to the semifinals of the Legion World Series. 16 of the 18 players on the roster are new players. Sometimes they'll come back and play Legion ball. Tough to keep kids when they go off into their college programs. And pitchers, for example, are on pitching programs. Position players might be on strength programs at the collegiate level. So that's why maybe he couldn't retain all of them.
Yeah.
Had a lot of high school seniors last year.
He did. He does a great job. He loves American Legion baseball, and he loves his kids. He promotes them. He tells us about them. He talks about them. And, you know, that's what it's all about.
1-2 count on Colin Fleury, who's homered 3 times this week. Fouled off again. And the funny thing is, now this year's team has a lot of eligibility to come back for Oregon next year as well. Here's what Colin Fleury's done this week. And he knew he tagged some of them.
Yeah, opposite field that first game. And then same game, left field.
And Fleury swings, and he hits another one. This one is deep to left field, and it's gone. Wow. Colin Fleury, his 4th home run of the American Legion World Series.
Well, I would say he's seen the ball very well.
Four home runs in one World Series is a record by a player in the 7-inning era of the American Legion World Series.
And that was a absolute no-doubter when he hit that one.
So a long battle and a leadoff home run to put Mississippi ahead 1-0. Misses up high to Cooper Goff. Woody, Mississippi has hit 6 home runs at this World Series. You know how many home runs all the other teams combined have hit?
4 or 5.
6.
6.
Ground ball to short. This is Nolan Folio, and there's the first out of the inning.
Yeah, so he's hit 4, and the McDaniels brother have each hit 1.
4 + 1 + 1 = 6.
Yeah, there we go. But we had 37 home runs here last year, which was an American.
Oh, everything was flying out of the yard last year.
Yeah.
Caden Bennett, the batter now, against Ryan Fry. He takes a strike.
He's having himself a good series.
He's 4 for 6. The 2 batters right behind Fleury, near the bottom of the lineup, this is how good Mississippi has been, have combined for 7 hits at this World Series. So Fleury's also got protection in the lineup. The 1-1. It's 1-2. And pretty much everyone on this Mississippi team is committed to play college baseball somewhere. A lot of talent up and down the roster.
Yeah, a lot of, Mississippi junior colleges. And
swing and a miss, strike 3. That's the 3rd strikeout for Fry, 2 gone. It's almost entirely JUCO commitments. Northeast Community College is where most of the players are going. Itawamba College, East Mississippi, which many folks know from the TV series Last Chance U. The only player on the roster not yet committed is Eli McDaniels, because he's not old enough.
Yeah, he's a sophomore, going to be a sophomore in high school, 15 years old. And maybe one of the best guys on this roster.
27-5-1 entering today. This is their 34th game of the year. 3-0 here at the American Legion World Series. And they've done all of that in one of the toughest regions to qualify to get here to Shelby.
Yeah, I mean, that's a tough one right there. Louisiana, you had the Alabama team. You usually have, Troy, Alabama, that's usually there.
Troy, Alabama's won it in recent years.
Yeah. I mean, that's a tough one.
J.P. Enos, the batter. 3-0 the count on him. Upstairs. There will be a meeting on the mound here for Portland, Oregon. The Barbers.
Matt Ceramelli's going out to get him to hurry up.
The playoff race is heating up. Don't miss interleague action when the Detroit Tigers face the Pittsburgh Pirates live tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern on ESPN and streaming on the ESPN app. Pitch is low to Will Moody, the 9-hole hitter for Tupelo, Mississippi. Everyone in the lineup already with a hit here through 3 games at the World Series. A Tupelo team that has posted 13, 10, and 9 hits game by game. They just continue to mash.
Yeah, for like a 352 clip as a team.
And I know nowadays everyone cares about OPS. They're over 1,000. Fly ball left center field. Andrew Ha on the run makes the catch. And Enos is stranded aboard. But the inning started with another big fly by Colin Fleury. His 7-inning era American Legion World Series record, 4th home run of this tournament. He crushed it. And it's 1-0 Mississippi. Shelby, North Carolina. It's Mississippi, the boys from Tupelo, a 1-0 lead over Oregon as we go top 3. Miles Van Doren, the batter, and he takes the first pitch in the back, and he's not happy. That hurts. Woody, do you remember Jason Kendall?
Oh, yeah.
Catcher. You probably played with him or against him.
I got a great Jason Kendall story. So.
Okay. So I was listening to an interview he did recently. I was listening to it this morning. Now, he's one of the all-time leaders. I think he might be the all-time leader in Major League Baseball in getting hit by pitches. And he said that he learned at a young age from his father that instead of turning away from the pitch, how to turn his bicep so that he didn't take one in the back so it would hurt less and he would miss less games. And he was so good at it. Obviously, he crowded the plate.
Yeah.
And his stance sort of leaned his front elbow in.
Well, his dad was a big league coach and played, if I'm not mistaken.
Tregesser, the batter now. But Van Doren looked like he turned his back into it, and it really hurt him that time.
Well, just trying to keep him getting hit. You know, anything up toward the face, or saw somebody get hit in the helmet last night.
21 hit by pitches this year. That ties the record. Ground ball up the middle. Could be 2. Moody will go to first on the slow chopper. And he gets the out at first base. Van Doren gets the second.
No bunt there, but yeah, they got him over, got him in scoring position with 1 out.
You have a good Jason Kendall story. Can you share it on air?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. So Jason Kendall, I forgot what year it was, 98 or 99, but Jason Kendall was, if you remember, he broke his ankle jumping at first base. He went to try to beat out a ground ball.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So I hadn't given up a hit yet, and it's in the bottom of the 6th. He bunts.
Ha swings. Fly ball right field. Easy play for Bennett, and the runner doesn't tag. Nice throw by Bennett. 2 gone.
Well, let's just make this story short. I was pitching when he did that to his ankle. I was the guy on the mound. So when the ankle broke and snapped, and that was a bad scene, man. That was a tough one. And people don't know his ankle broke, and the bone came out, and I mean it was a rough. But he made it back. Made it back after that.
Played for a long time.
He was tough.
Ryden Nakamura, the batter, 2 gone. And the potential tying run at second base. These are just 7-inning games at the American Legion World Series, so we can never say that too early. And it's slowing in on Nakamura. Grounded out to short first time.
And here at this series, he's been very good with 2 outs and runners in scoring position. One of the few guys.
The 1-0. Line drive right field. And this one also right at Bennett. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 runner left in scoring position for the Portland Barbers in the top of the 3rd inning. The manager of the Detroit Tigers, who is an American Legion alum, is Tigers tonight versus the Pirates on ESPN.
He's a good one.
I love so much that he spoke about the people first in that comment. Here's a pop-up to shallow right field. Nakamura comes all the way in and makes the play to retire Brody Thompson. We've spoken so much about the great people around the American Legion, the purpose of the American Legion, how it cares for veterans, and what it does to honor the military and honor our flag, honor our nation, teaching these youngsters playing the game about why we even have the ability to be here and do this. But I love the fact that Hinch spoke so much about the people in that comment.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's what it's all about. American Legion, and, you know, when they come in, they have orientation. They learn about the flag. They learn about the veterans. And, you know, and I tell these guys to talk to these guys. You know, they're here. They're enjoying coming out and watching you play baseball, all these veterans. And
Eli McDaniel's the batter. And this experience here about so much more for these youngsters than just playing baseball and competing for a World Series title. Look at that stadium. They get to play, some of them, in front of the biggest crowds they'll ever play in front of. Under the lights, national television. But also during the off day, for example, head coach Joe Duran took his Portland Barbers down the road to Carowinds, the amusement park, very well known in this area, just outside of Charlotte, to celebrate Nolan Folio's birthday. Swinging a line drive. This is to right, and Nakamura cuts it off before the wall. That'll hold McDaniels to a single.
yeah, he's 2 for 2 today, and that was a good job by Nakamura, keeping that ball in front of him and just keeping him on first base.
As the courtesy runner will come on for him once again. That is Braden Lackey. On the Mississippi side, Woody, they've been receiving media attention that they don't normally receive. I guess it helps to be from a small market, but back home, watch parties, local news interviews. Russell Bunch says he's on the phone with the news guys, the local papers, the local television stations every night.
You know, and that's what this series will do. Now you're playing on ESPN, and you make it better for guys that are coming after you. There's Russell Bunn.
Ball and 2 strikes on Edmiston. Struck out in his last at-bat. He's 0 for 1. Check on the runner at first. Mississippi, a team that has not run a lot at this World Series at all. Runner is off here. Slow roller, first base. And Edmiston gives himself up. Play made by Folio. 2 gone and a runner in scoring position.
You know, Fry's doing a good job. I mean, he's you know, if you watch some of these hitters and some of the swings that they're taking, it's tough to pick the ball up. And we'll go through Fry's delivery here in just a bit, but it's hard to see it.
Jonas Coleman, the batter. He's a three-quarters guy, Fry, right?
Yeah, he's a three-quarter guy, but I guess the big thing is he throws across his body. I threw across my body, so it's hard to pick up the ball just right out of my hand, and something's going to come into play here shortly as these shadows as the game goes along.
And with these right-handed hitters, he's starting all the way on the third base side of the rubber, so that's a real crossfire action.
And
right?
you saw Fleury; he had some tough swings on the ball inside. It was tough to pick up, but was able to get a ball up and out over the plate.
Just low. 3-0.
You see, Phil, it looks like he's behind the right-handed hitter when he starts to deliver that ball.
And right down the middle for a strike. Last two starts, his two best starts of the year. Joe Duran sort of saving him for this game if Portland could get here. Three-quarter swing, he went.
You see, that's that pitch right there. It's so hard to pick up and see, and you get confused and see the ball in a different place than it is. And Jonas Coleman, he's a good hitter.
Runner off for third. Ground ball to short. It's Folio. And there's the third out of the inning. Fry pitches a scoreless bottom of the third. We got a pitcher's duel here at semifinal number 1 of the 2026 American Legion World Series. American Legion World Series, and glad to be joined by the head coach of Tupelo, Mississippi, Russell Bunch. Russell, it's Phil and Woody up top. Tell us a little bit about Colin Fleury. He hit his 4th home run of the tournament earlier. He's the difference in the game right now. What makes him so good?
Man, he's an older guy, and he's a real leader for this team, and the man's seeing a beach ball right now. We love him in the box, and it's going to be tough to get 5 out the rest of the way.
Hey, Russell, it's Woody. So with Wyatt McDaniel, what do you want to do with him? He's throwing the ball well, or how long are you wanting to try to go with him?
He's going to give us everything he's got. We got a whole bullpen behind him, so I told him just to throw until he can't anymore, and we're going to come out there and get him. We're going to finish this thing.
Appreciate it, Russell.
Thanks,
yes, sir.
buddy.
Thank
Good
y'all.
luck.
Russell Bunch, his 4th year as the head coach of Tupelo, Mississippi. Really 7 years with the program. Started working with the junior team. There's 3 levels now in the modern era of American Legion baseball. And he's got Tupelo back here to the American Legion World Series for the first time since 21. Gabe Coltman swings at the first pitch. Looked like he got it off the end of the bat, and there's 1 out.
Yeah, he's swinging at some tough pitches. He's got to work on that better. See some more pitches, and hopefully he can get something going. But Coleman, he's struggling.
Now, our friend Russell down there, he's a superstitious guy, Woody. You have any superstitions when you were playing?
We ain't got enough time.
Okay. So he says that whenever his team eats wings as pregame meal, that they play better and they win.
I'd be eating wings every day.
It's like a Wade Boggs eating chicken kind of thing, right?
Right.
So today, when I talked to him earlier, they were at Wings Etc., prominent restaurant down the road. It's the 5th time this week they've gone to that wing spot. Buffalo Wild Wings, I believe, was the spot at the regional for them. Whatever the wing spot is in the local town, that's where they go. As Gradwell lifts this to center, back goes Thompson, and he makes the play. 2 outs. And I mean very superstitious. Every day here, they've been lucky that they have not played a game earlier than 3 p.m. So game days, off days, every day they've been in their routine. Let the guys sleep in, get rest, 10 a.m. cages, lunch, then either watch the games or go play the games.
And that, that's the thing about, first trip here. to this World Series and kind of learning about everything. You know, they were here in 21, but that makes a big difference when you've been here and you know what's going on and how everything's going to kind of play out.
I've talked to him on the phone multiple times this week. Every single time it's been in the parking lot from Wings.
Well, I talked to him
True story.
I talked to him earlier, and he was at the hospital getting an X-ray for our man to make sure he was okay to go.
Yeah, Braden Edmonds did, and he is in the lineup as the DH today.
But very good program. Very good program.
Most prominent team, probably the 2011 team that Brandon Woodruff played for. A couple of other future big leaguers were on that team.
Well, you had, Kirk Presley, which was the #1 pick in '93, and I was a '94 draft, but Kirk Presley, '93 draft, number 8 overall by the New York Mets, was actually the coach of that team.
And his stepson, Russ Payne, is one of the assistant coaches who coaches first base for this year's team. Line drive, left field, long run, and Coleman can't get there. It's past him and going to the warning track. Extra bases for Ben Folio.
And that's going to be Ben's first hit here at this World Series, and a big one for him. Up here, it felt like Jonas had a good read on that. Ball just kept tailing away from him and just out of the reach.
Lost his mitt in the process. Nolan Folio now with his brother leading off second base. That gets away. And Ben will take off for third.
Wonder how many times they've thrown to each other over the years. A lot.
Ground ball up the middle. That's off the hand of McDaniels. Tough play. Everyone's safe. Run scores. We're tied at 1.
Well, Phil, first reaction as a pitcher, you want to reach out with your bare hand and try to grab it. Hopefully his hand's okay, but we'll have to look to see. You know, I don't know if Moody would have had a chance if he wouldn't have touched it, but let's see right here.
This has been ruled an error on Moody, the shortstop. Swing and a miss by Cooper Berta.
That was a tough play.
So Oregon manufactures a run. A double on a fly ball nearly caught. A wild pitch. And then an E6 on a chopper. Line drive right field. That's caught. On the run, Caden Bennett makes the play. But not after Oregon ties the game. We are knotted at 1 here in the American League.
They're fun to watch.
They are. First pitch hits Colin Fleury. And Fleury gave a look at Fry. Of course, he homered off him earlier today. But continues his jog on down to first base.
I don't think there was anything intentional about that.
Looked like a
Ball got away
lost off speed
from
pitch.
Yeah. Yeah. This going to be a breaking ball. It just never. Never got it to spin.
Meeting on the mound for Joe Duran. By the way, this is worth noting for Colin Fleury. He's playing first base today. He was the DH all of the series before this. He's actually been battling a nagging hamstring injury that has been better as of the last couple of days.
Yeah.
So he's doing all of this battling a hamstring injury. 4 home runs, a record for the 7-inning era, which is since 2018.
He's putting on a show here, I tell you. It's been fun to watch. He's got to be the favorite right now for the MVP of this tournament.
Goff pulls the first pitch foul. First time around, Goff grounded out to shortstop. With his crossfire delivery, that's really breaking a long way when the pitch comes to the outside corner.
When he learns to use his lower half, he has so much more in the tank. Throwing, his velocity is going to jump.
Right now sitting mid to high 80s with his fastball. The 1-2 popped up. Might be playable behind home plate. Tons of room there. Van Doren has it.
Good play there. He didn't take off the mask or kept it on and got back there.
Caden Bennett, the batter, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. That gets away from Van Doren. And jogging down to second, nice and comfortably, is Fleury.
Something to note, I think, well, Joseph Duran told me earlier today that they thought Johnny King was going to be the guy they had behind the plate, and he was a little nagging injury or something didn't feel right.
There hasn't been many innings behind the plate recently for Van Doren. 1-0. Fouled off. Fleury's advancement on a wild pitch, by the way, there.
Wild pitch.
Not on the catcher yet.
Nolan Folio is the one that's usually behind the plate.
Yeah, and that's where everything is a little bit out of sorts for Joe Duran and Portland, Oregon.
Because of Hemsley getting, injured.
But somehow Portland, Oregon back in this game for the second consecutive year. Inside, it's 3-1.
And you got to wonder how long, what's the longest he's went this year, in a start.
Next pitch is number 60.
And the heat shouldn't be a factor because they were playing at 105-degree heat in Oregon in the regional.
Swing and a miss. Real field temperatures at their regional were up near 105. It was down in southern Oregon. A little bit drier climate. Think more like Northern California.
Yeah.
Folks out there probably know what we're talking about. Joe Duran said, "We are very well prepared for this heat." Grounded foul. His team has also been on the road. Ready, for this one? 21 consecutive days.
It's a long time.
State tournament, regional tournament, and then right after you win the region, hop on a plane, come across the country to Shelby, North Carolina. 21 straight days. There's ball 4. But as he told us, time together, they'll value forever, memories of a lifetime. You ever take a 21-day road trip when you were playing ball?
No, because you get off, you back at home or
Yeah.
just a little outside there. Well, all it takes right here, Phil, one pitch. One pitch right here and get ground ball double play and get out of it.
Fleury leads off second. Bennett off of first. J.P. Enos the batter. And it's outside. Enos walked his first time. A hit by pitch and a walk for the two base runners this inning. Two and 0. Feels like Fry's starting to labor just a little bit.
Yeah.
And Van Doren, at the direction of the bench, is going to go out and talk with him. I wonder if in this heat, just a little pause.
This is hot. I'm telling you, it'll hit you in the face when you walk outside. You know, but they have a lot of their guys available. Ben Folio pitched yesterday. I don't think he's available, I know. But mainly,
he's the only one that's down for them. Everyone else is available. Based on the pitch count rules that govern the American Legion World Series.
And really, they're all out. You got to win this game right now today.
Three and 0 on Enos. Ball four, it's not close, and the bases are loaded. Will Moody digs in. Moody flew out to center field in his first at bat. One out. Bottom of the fourth inning.
Playing double play depth up the middle.
Swing and a miss. Swings at the first pitch after a 4-pitch walk.
Yeah. That was a nasty fastball in the inside part of the plate.
There's a little action brewing in the Oregon bullpen. Ground ball, left side. Folio goes to the plate, low throw, and it's picked out by Van Doren.
Phil, the only reason I was not expecting, they wouldn't play an in. But with Fleury, you mentioned about his hamstring. Fleury running at third, they had a chance. They had opportunity. They got him at home. I wasn't expecting that at all. Look how far he's back.
Yeah, Fleury's clearly not running full speed.
Anybody else, and that's, you know, there's no way to go there.
So 2 outs. Bases still loaded. Top of the order, Brody Thompson, 0 for 2 in this game. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2.
If he can get out of this without giving anything up, goodness.
Strike 3. Got him swinging.
Wow.
All that are in action on Military Appreciation Day, where then that's what the American Legion does. It cares for veterans and it supports our troops, our flag. And a big part of this week in this World Series is sort of introducing these youngsters to all of it.
Yes, it is. And so many great programs throughout the American Legion, not only baseball.
The 0-2. Line foul by Van Doren.
I got to go back to Fry.
Okay.
How about that? I thought he was out of gas. I thought he was done. Bases loaded, 1 out, and gets out of that.
Line to third. Nice stretching play there by Enos.
Just able to grab it. But this has been one of the best pitched games so far. And other than that one error, which was me and you are looking at each other, we don't think it's an error, but man, it's been a clean ball game.
Jaden Tregesser fouls it off. There's been a little bit of talk around here about how maybe the pitching hasn't been as strong this year as previous years. I think some of these coaches were just saving these arms for these games. You see Fry sitting in the dugout. And you were worried about him laboring. I'm not too worried about him in the heat. He's a mountain biking fanatic. He bicycles 16 miles a weekend.
Right.
That's what
he's in the best shape I know of ever. But man, this heat
I've been
is
told
just
he's in as good of shape as anybody. And I don't just mean biking down the street. I mean mountain biking up over rocks where you could fall and hurt yourself. Not something I would ever do. Oh, 2 on Tregesser. Fly ball center field. Thompson, 2 gone.
Center fielder Andrew Ha, number 6.
Andrew Ha. That's upstairs. Ha 0 for 2. Two and 0 on Ha, who is off to play baseball at Bushnell University, NAIA school. Takes a strike, 2 and 1.
It's something to look at too. Portland has Cooper Berta warming up in the bullpen, which we saw earlier in this tournament, through 3 1/3 innings and got the win for Oregon. We've seen some good guys coming in relief all the way through this tournament, putting up some good numbers for several teams. Oregon, Johnny King.
Well, you're guaranteed 3 games at the tournament. You play 3 games of pool play, and you have to qualify to reach here. It's in the air to center field. So coaches have sort of managed through those pool play games. A lot of them have not used their best arms to go the distance, and that sets up all the arms available today in what is a pitcher's duel. Middle of the 5th inning. Just stands out to me. Obviously, I didn't watch when he played, but
you gotta love the little hat that they had, the Pirates hat.
Yeah. McDaniels lifts one in the air, left center field, running over Ha, makes the play. You know, I ask you all the time about big league memories. You have a favorite American Legion memory?
I can remember, talking about heat in the state tournament, Patterson Field, playing and just being around, family, friends, and all the guys I played with through high school, and just soaking wet, having to change jerseys about 10 times. I can remember that in '93. Man. But we were, our high school team all played together. And, it was kind of like what, Lincoln East with Nebraska, kind of how that was. And my dad, Dad was a part of it, coaching, and, other people, a guy by the name of Danny Yoakum. And so there's a lot of dads involved in it that were helping.
Lincoln, Nebraska in action later on tonight. Ground ball right side. That's through for a base hit. This game, the first of a doubleheader for us today. Lincoln, Nebraska versus Midland, Michigan coming up after the conclusion of this one right here on ESPNU. Winner to the championship tomorrow night. Good for Edmiston to get a hit coming back from that injury.
Yeah, but let's look at this too. You know, we talked about Fleury, you know, in the inning before, you know, struggling running a little bit. Let's see if this affects Mississippi at all with him on first base and not pinch running for him.
And the courtesy runner can only be used for the pitcher or the catcher. So
yeah,
if you wanted to run for Edmiston here, it would have to be a traditional pinch runner, and Edmiston would be out of the game.
Be out of the game.
Coleman is 0 for 2.
You know, and we talked about this in the opening. I was asking you, so our pitcher, you know, Wyatt McDaniel, very good hitter, usually in the lineup, would probably take his place in the lineup. So if it was later, he could run for him and then put, you know, McDaniel right there in the lineup.
But you're saying they want to keep McDaniels on the mound.
Keep him on the mound, but I mean, yeah, is what I'm getting at. But you could still run for him. Because you got to, you know, come all the way back around to get back around to him.
Here's the 2-1. Up high. 3-1 on Jonas Coleman. Fry, one ball away from working into another jam. Mississippi has stranded 6 runners on base today. They've stranded 1 in every inning so far. Swing and a miss. Strike 2.
See a lot of swing and misses.
Ground ball, left side, could be 2. Gradwall goes to second, on to first. Wouldn't have been in time. So the lead runner, Edmiston, is retired.
Now we were talking about him running, and he had plenty of time there to get him. And
you can see Edmiston wasn't going full speed.
right. You know, now you got to look at Russell Bunch. You know, you got Jonas Coleman who can run, but, you know, if you steal and you leave first base open, they're going to walk Fleury. So do you stay on first and make them pitch to him?
I think you have to stay on first.
Yeah.
You need Fleury to hit. Right now, he's the only run on the board in this game for Mississippi as Joe Durant comes out to talk with his pitcher, Ryan Fry, who's 83 pitches in today. He can only throw up to 105. That is it. That is the pitch count limit here at the American Legion World Series. You can start a batter at 105 and pitch a couple of pitches past that, but then you would have to come out after that batter. So 105, a soft cap, if you will.
Yeah, well, Fry's going to be done no matter what for tomorrow if they were able to win, but they got to win this game.
But he still has an inning plus potentially left that he could go. And he drills Fleury in the back. That's the second time that Fleury has been hit by a pitch in his 2 at-bats since his home run earlier.
Well, we may end up
yeah, this
getting
is
a warning.
drawing a
Getting
meeting.
a warning. May get a warning. I mean, you wouldn't see Joe Durant go out there and say, hey, hit him, you know? I mean, that would be dumb.
I don't think that's in Joe's nature.
No, Lord, no. But they got to give a warning right here.
Warning has been given.
That one was a fastball. The other at bat was a breaking ball. And the crazy thing here is you don't want to wake Mississippi up right now either.
But I also wonder this, Woody. They don't fear Fleury running the bases right now.
No.
Because he's running at about 50%.
Right.
So you don't face him. You put him on, intentional or not. I think unintentional. And up steps Cooper Goff.
Yeah, but you really don't want to put a guy on, a guy on second base with 2 outs in scoring position.
No, that's the go-ahead run in the game, too. Well, we'll see how it works out for Portland, Oregon. Fly ball center field. Long run for Ha. He's got it. And Oregon works out of a jam again as Mississippi strands 2 more. That is 8 total runners left on base in this game for Tupelo, Mississippi.
Hey, my daughter got Camper of the Week.
Wow, that's a big deal. We got a big deal, too.
Here in the top of the 6th inning in the American Legion World Series semifinals with Steve Woodard. I'm Phil Constantino. Portland, Oregon, post 158 versus Tupelo, Mississippi, post 49. A pitcher's duel. Wyatt McDaniels versus Ryan Fry. Both starters still in there as McDaniels takes his warm-ups before the 6th inning.
Yeah, Wyatt, he's went 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, unearned run. Man, he's looking good. And then you look at Fry. Fry, 5 innings pitched, 4 hits, 1 earned run, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts, and he's worked out of some trouble. Bases loaded and worked out of it. It's been a good game.
The runs in this game, 2nd inning, Mississippi, a solo home run from Colin Fleury, his 4th of the tournament. That leads the way here in Shelby. And then a run scored in the 4th inning for Oregon. They sort of manufactured it as it came home on an error. And we're tied at 1. Ryden Nakamura is the batter. And the first pitch is up high. 3-4-5, heart of the order this inning for Portland, Oregon. Nakamura, Coltman, and Gradwall. Ground ball, softly, left side. Moody, the shortstop. High throw, and Nakamura reaches. And that is the 2nd E6 in this game. This one on the throw.
It was really a good play to actually make the play on the field because the ball took a funny hop right there. Nakamura gets down the line.
Gabe Coltman 0 for 2. First pitch swinging, high fly ball right field. Caden Bennett, 1 out. Frustrating tournament for Coltman. He might be the best power hitter in the country in Legion baseball. And it just hasn't been for him here at the World Series.
Colin Fleury maybe.
Cal Gradwall. He swings at the first pitch, lifts this in the air, deep to center, and it's run down by Thompson. Nakamura scampers back, 2 outs.
Yeah, we saw Brody Thompson. He's run everything down out there. He's a good athlete. Run, get it.
Stepping in, first baseman, Ben Folio, number 18.
11 fly ball outs to the outfield. Oregon's just missing them.
Just missing. But look
Ben
at
Folio now.
Look at the efficiency of Wyatt McDaniels. That pitch is pitch number 61. And all he's got to do is get 1 more out to get through 6. Pretty good.
Two 2-0 the count here on Ben Folio. He doubled. One of just 3 hits today for Oregon versus McDaniels. Woody, you talked about efficiency.
Yep.
There you have it.
13, 10, 7. Man, if you can keep it under 15, I mean, that's a 15 an inning. Under that, it's wonderful.
Never more than 13 in an inning today.
It's pretty efficient.
15's the goal.
Yeah, I mean, if you always want to say 15, you'd love to have 3 an inning, but
runner is off early. Got a great jump, no throw.
well, Folio did right, taking that pitch. When Nakamura got such a great, great jump right there.
Go ahead run now in scoring position. 2 outs, top 6 in a 7-inning game. Line drive to short, that's caught. Folio hits it well, but right at Moody. And Nakamura stranded at second. Grounded foul. Shelby, the home of the American Legion World Series every year since 2011. They hosted it in 2008. And then it came back in 2011. Has not left. 15 editions of the tournament here. Of course, 2020, there was no American Legion World Series.
And what a great job they do here putting this on. 1,000 volunteers roughly, and you go all around the city, restaurants donate over 900 and something meals and take care of these kids, and it is a wonderful time. Great event that they couldn't do it without these volunteers. These volunteers are amazing.
0-2 the count on Caden Bennett. There you see some of the volunteers.
In the red, yeah.
We come back here every year. You start to see the familiar faces. Line drive, left field. That's a base hit. A leadoff hit for Bennett.
Well, let's see what they do. They don't like to bunt a lot. Let's see if they move him over, hit and run. I think we're going to have a...
Joe Duran walking out, 89 pitches in for his starter, Ryan Fry. And he is signaling to left field. That'll be it for Fry. Gabe Coltman, who was the DH, will come out and play left, and into pitch comes Cooper Berta, who was playing the field and earlier when Portland was up to bat in the dugout, or in the bullpen, I should say, warming up while the team was in the dugout.
How about Fry? What a great job of pitching today. As of right now, he went 5 innings, 5 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts. 89 pitches, and responsible for the guy at first. But good job for Ryan Fry.
One of the better pitching performances that we have seen. This is the 13th game of the World Series. And Cooper Berta changes the mitt, and now he'll take his warm-ups.
Yeah, and Cooper Berta, we saw him in the, Oregon's second game of this World Series. He actually got the win, went 3 1/3, 3 hits, 1 run, no earned runs, with 3 strikeouts, and came in a crucial situation and shut the door down when Oregon needed in that second game.
Summer's favorite tradition is back. The Little League World Series begins Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN and the ESPN app. Cooper Berta on to pitch here at the semifinals of the American Legion World Series. It's a 1-1 game between Oregon and Mississippi, bottom of the 6th inning of a 7-inning game. Go ahead run is at first base. They've also changed the catcher Johnny King has come in to catch. So you spoke earlier about he may be a little bit nicked up, but he's going to come in the late innings. And no surprise, they turn to Cooper Berta, who is clutch, clutch, clutch per his head coach. He's had 5 saves in 5 chances in the postseason to qualify for the World Series.
Well, he's going to have to be clutch, clutch here because he is got a runner on first with nobody outfield. And
how good was his outing on Friday when he picked up the win in relief?
It was good. He did.
He's off to play his college baseball at Division III Linfield University. Here are all the defensive changes for Oregon. Coltman goes from DH to left field. Berta goes from left field to the mound. King replaces Van Doren at catcher. Those are all of the changes, and Fry is out of the game. So there you have it.
Let's see how Mississippi plays this right here. You know, we'll see third baseman playing in. He's thinking bunt.
J.P. Enos, the batter. Look at this. Second baseman came charging in to defend the bunt. Now the throw behind the runner at first.
We've seen some crazy bunt plays. I may use some of these when I get into my season, but.
Well, it was the team from New Jersey, White House, New Jersey, earlier this week that turned a 6-5-3 double play. Watch this. Bunted up in the air, and Berta makes a diving grab. The throw to first. Double play.
Wow, great play, Cooper Berta. Caden Bennett has to see that ball down before he can go there, and I think he kind of took off when he hit the bat.
How's this one, Woody? How often do you see a 1-3 double play?
Not very often, especially when you dive like he did to make this play. He laid it completely out. Well,
ball 1 to Moody. Moody is 0 for 2 in this game. Batting in the 9-hole for Tupelo, Mississippi. 1-1.
You know, and it's a different look. You know, you go from Fry throwing, you know, low 3/4, and now Cooper Berta straight over the top throwing.
Mississippi 0 for 11 with runners on today. 0 for 3 with runners in scoring position. Popped up shallow center field. Ha makes the catch. The minimum 3 come to the plate in the bottom of the 6th inning for Mississippi. The first time today they don't strand anyone on base. To the 7th we go in a 1-1 game. Bottom 3 in the order here for Portland, Oregon. It's Nolan Folio, Cooper Berta, and Miles Van Doren. Folio flew out to right and reached on an E6. Ground ball too short. Moody's had a lot of chances today. Low throw, and it gets away. Folio rounds. He's going to second. He's in there. That's another throwing error for Moody, and his 3rd total in the game. Just a tough afternoon defensively for a guy going on to play college ball at East Mississippi.
Well, how about Cooper Berta comes in, makes a diving play, gets a double play there on that bunt, and now he's up at the plate. Got to believe he's bunting.
This is an offensive timeout called by Joe Duran, the head coach who mans the third base coach's box. Portland, Oregon has struggled with runners on in the last 2 games. That includes in 0 for 14 today and 0 for 9 with runners in scoring position. Go ahead run at second base. Breaking ball up high. Snap throw behind the runner. That gets into center field, but backed up by Thompson.
Yeah. And Brody's got a good arm in center field. He'd have been dead to red at third.
Lays down the. It's the pitcher McDaniels, looks to third, then throws high to first. That gets away. Folio from third. He'll come down and score. And Berta is going all the way to third. A 4th error of the game by Tupelo, Mississippi. And Oregon takes a 2-1 lead.
Well, Phil, I talk about bunting. You just got to field it, throw it, catch it. You know, he just got in a little hurry. He had a lot more time than he realized going back to first base on that bunt. And
Berter has come off. A courtesy runner will come in.
Nick
Sousa.
Sousa. Yeah. And you got to believe Mississippi's going to bring their infield in right here all the way around.
Johnny King, the defensive replacement last inning.
There, look at the, you know, they're playing in. They got to cut this run off.
Called strike. King at the plate in this World Series is 1 for 7. "12 errors now by Mississippi at this American Legion World Series." Remember, they had a 5-error game in their first game on Thursday night. 2-1 on King. What have you been saying all week? You got to play clean baseball.
Dan Cronkite, Michigan coach, says take care of the ball.
And if there's a team here, and a team historically that takes care of the ball, they do the little things. Midland, Michigan. And they are 3-0, winners of the Stars division. And they are playing later on tonight versus Lincoln, Nebraska in the second semifinal of the day. Swing and a miss. King is down.
That's a big strikeout there for Wyatt McDaniel.
Third strikeout of the game for McDaniels. Infield still in. Jaden Tregesser. Had a double as the very first batter of the game. He's 1 for 3. Breaking ball, ground ball, through for a base hit. Tregesser, the RBI single. 3-1 Oregon.
Well, it looked like a breaking ball that was up in the zone, up over the plate, and just made something happen. Got it through the infield. Yeah, hanging right down the middle.
This Oregon team somehow just keeps on scratching and clawing, grinding out runs to take a 3-1 lead. Ha swings and fouls it off. Runner is off for second. Pitch is low. The throw down, not nearly in time. And a stolen base for Tregesser. His 4th stolen base of the American Legion World Series. That ties for a tournament high. Ha today is 0 for 3 versus McDaniels. Ground ball. McDaniels stops it and makes the throw to first. Good read by Tregesser. He gets to third. 2 gone.
Well, McDaniels, I think he saved a hit up the middle. It's a good play by him.
Runner at third for Ryden Nakamura.
That ball hit pretty hard.
Ryden Nakamura reached last time on an error. He is 0 for 3. Did he go? Yes. On the swing, says home plate umpire Matt Saramelli.
I don't see them giving him very much to hit here at all. Try to get him to chase just like that.
Well, you see the numbers. If there's anyone who's been clutch for Portland here at this Legion World Series, it has been Nakamura. Can he drive in one more insurance run? Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So McDaniels ends the inning with a strikeout, but 2 runs score for Portland, Oregon after 2 more Tupelo, Mississippi errors to the bottom of the 7th. Up. Brody Thompson, Eli McDaniels, Braden Edmiston. The 3 scheduled to hit this inning versus Cooper Berta, who gets his first full inning of relief after retiring both batters he saw in the bottom of the 6th. First pitch to Thompson. He's up high. Well, head coach Joe Duran, he's got a team this year a little different than last year. They're scratchers and clawers. They grind out runs. Inside. Likes to send inspirational content to his team pretty regularly. Last night he sent them a video of round 9 of a 2002 boxing match between Arturo Gatti and Mickey Ward. Wanted them to be tough. Just keep on going, keep on grinding, no matter what happens to us. Which they've kind of done here at this World Series.
For sure.
1 and 2 entering today. Gotti had a broken rib. Ward had a broken jaw. I think there was more. Duran calls it the wildest round of a boxing match he's ever seen. Fouled off. It's 2-2 on Thompson.
Well, they do grind. You know, last year we were talking, they had 12 home runs here at this World Series, and this year, Neal.
And it's funny because on paper coming in, they were a power hitting team. And in the postseason, they just keep finding a way. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Thompson down. And Portland is 2 outs away from the championship game.
And he's done a great job in relief.
Eli McDaniels swings and misses. He does have 2 hits today.
Yeah, and he's got to get on to give the next 2 guys a chance.
And they would love to get it down to the 5 hole for Colin Fleury, who has 4 home runs at this World Series. Fouled off, it's 0-2. Grounded foul. High fly ball right field. Nakamura settles under it. 2 away.
You got to go backfield and look at Ryan Fry. Those situations he was in with bases loaded and being able to get out of those situations.
If they close it out here, he'll take a no decision today. But what an outing he had. Fry threw 5 innings to force Mississippi to strand. 8 runners on base. Now Braden Edmiston. He's 1 for 3. Mississippi down to its final out. Strike 1. It's hard to call anything an upset because all these teams here at the World Series are so good. But the way Mississippi looked through 3 games.
You know, I think it just goes back to right now just taking care of the ball.
Strike 2. And Oregon is 1 strike away from Championship Tuesday. Grounded foul. To the semis last year. A late loss to Chesapeake, Virginia. Now this year, Portland, Oregon trying to take it 1 step further. In the dirt, it's 1-2.
I thought we were going to see a high-scoring game possibly today.
I did too.
I didn't expect a 3-1 game right now.
Berta deals the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Portland, Oregon, post 158. Will play for their first American Legion World Series title tomorrow. Final score 3-1 here in Shelby.
Phil, that was a great game to call, great game to watch. And let's talk about Mississippi. Russell Bunch, great team. I mean, one of the best teams I've seen here at this World Series in a long time. It just didn't work out for them today. What about Oregon? I tell you what, they scratched, clawed, did all the little things. Ryan Fry, great job of pitching. Cooper Berta coming in and shutting the door down.
So it's the runner-up from the Stars division who wins it here in our first semifinal of the evening. Portland, Oregon, led by head coach Joe Duran, will play on national TV tomorrow night for an American Legion World Series title. Still to come tonight right here on ESPNU. It is Midland, Michigan versus Lincoln, Nebraska. The American Legion World Series, Woody, it always delivers.
You never know, man. That's why you play them. That was a great. I hope this next game is going to be just like this one.
Well, Tupelo, Mississippi came into this game 3-0 through pool play. Portland, Oregon, they were 1-2. Got through on a tiebreaker. But the great performance on the mound by Ryan Fry. Couple of Mississippi errors. Oregon ekes out a victory, and they win it 3-1. For Steve Woodard, our entire crew, Phil Constantino saying so long from Shelby, North Carolina.